Welcome back to Dark Corners Streaming.
Commendatore, did you know that this year it's said to be in to kill girls?
The 10th Victim, which you can stream on BFI Player, is an Italian science fiction film made in 1965 but set in the future.
The 21st century shall be the one that has legalized violence.
And based around a worldwide game in which people hunt each other to the death. If a victim can kill their hunter, then they become the hunter. And when a hunter kills their allotted victim, they become someone else's, until...
the one who comes out alive after the 10th hunt shall be proclaimed Decazlov.
The film stars Bond girl Ursula Andress in one of her best roles. And Marcello Mastroianni, one of the coolest men in the world at the time.
What do you want, anyway?
And that casting very much reflects the tone, which is cool, stylish and sexy. The future, and yet unmistakably the 1960s. For those players successful enough to become celebrities, then commercial endorsements are also available, making murder into a product.
Would you be at all interested in tying in your 10th hunt with a TV program?
And that commercialisation is key to the narrative, as two popular figures go up against each other.
I'm going to kill her on a commercial the same way.
Obviously, this is a precursor to Rollerball, The Running Man, Battle Royale, The Hunger Games, and many others, right up to Squid Game. As well as having some historical antecedents, it's not subtle about citing. But the 10th Victim does do things differently. For starters, most of the other films of this type are the state versus the people, or the haves versus the have-nots. The Big Hunt, as the game is called, is entirely voluntary, a way for you to legally give way to those primitive urges for violence.
Indeed, the Big Hunt has done away with war by giving man's violent instincts a competitive outlet.
This is a film more concerned with the inherent brutality of human nature than with social commentary. But it never feels like it because this is also a comedy, albeit quite a dark one.
I'm a hunter.
Where's your license? Let's see it.
It's silly, campy and tongue-in-cheek, which does make it entertaining. But also, I think, actually makes its message land better because it is so much more subtle than the grandstand moralising of something like The Hunger Games.
In America, we don't have those kind of restrictions. Every man is allowed to shoot wherever and whenever he pleases.
I also think that, weirdly, that light-hearted tone makes this even more prescient because whenever the media pushes further and reality TV becomes ever more intrusive, it's always done with a smile, and that's why we accept it.
A genuine victim and a genuine murder right before your very eyes.
Beneath the kitsch exterior, the 10th Victim wields a scalpel, although you do sometimes have to look hard to see it.
Drinking tea and you're really living!
But that's kind of its charm. It has a message, but it's not forcing it down our throats. This is still watchable as a rom-com in which the participants are trying to kill each other.
Come on, Gary, that's enough. You're breaking my eardrums. I give up.
Making it a precursor to a bunch of other films like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You two are falling in love.
I don't think the love story lands quite as successfully, and it does become increasingly silly at the end. But overall, this is a bouncy, entertaining film with some serious things to say. Just don't expect it to dwell on them. Thanks for watching. The 10th Victim is the epitome of a certain kind of camp 60s cool. What other films fall into that category, and what did you think of them and this? Let us know in the comments below.